Another year of fantastic volleyball is on the horizon. Welcome to the Tiger Network, where you're watching coverage of the number 23 ranked New York University Violets taking on the number 12th ranked Millikin University Big Blue. It's a New York versus Illinois matchup. Welcome to the Tiger Network. My name is Reed Rosales, and ironically enough, I don't have a color commentator for our most colorful matchup of the Violets and Big Blue. Top 25 matchup to start the year here on the new court here at Trinity University in CalGuard Gym. As you can see on the court, Julie Jenkins court, named after the Trinity University volleyball head coach, Julie Jenkins, who always does a great job in putting together an amazing starting invitational. The Trinity Fall Classic, consisting of Trinity University, Millikin University, New York University, and the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. No colleges here, only universities. And we are about to get started as we get our liberos on the court. Both sides have chosen to dress two liberos, one of the more recent rule changes in Division III volleyball that allows teams that option. Now that everybody is on the court, we are pretty much set to go. Ava Lonsbach to serve for NYU. The senior setter out of Los Angeles, California. Long way from home, no matter where she is right now. First serve is a good one. The first attack of the year for the Big Blue. Dug up by the Violets. Next swing gets down for a kill. That's number 28, Chloe Hines, the sophomore out of Manhattan Beach, California, with the first kill of the year for the NYU Violets. So Lonsbach will get another chance to serve. Overhead pass. Little tipper over the net. Gets down for the kill. Some good grace from Charlie Condell, junior out of Arthur, Illinois. And Condell back to serve. Taken by the libero. Quick set to the middle, and that'll get down for the kill. Pancake attempt from number 24, Sam Breckenridge. But too little for that. NYU will go up 2-1. The serve from Grace Nelson is an ace. Right off the platform of a Big Blue player and right over the net, out of bounds. So strong serve from Nelson, the junior out of Pasadena, California. Long serve, but received well. Attack. Get a tool off the block for a kill for number 16, Addison Oyer, senior out of Ludlow, Illinois. Back to serve for the Big Blue is Kyra Carruthers, junior middle blocker out of Quincy, Illinois. The 3-2 match, NYU advantage. Set to number 11. One touch off the block, so Millikin gets an opportunity to attack. Little tipper. Bump set. Trying with the cross-court attack was number 11, Chloe Lemons, but didn't quite have the accuracy, so attacking error. 3-3 match here in set one. It's another serve for Carruthers. Oh, lucky tip off the net. So that'll be an ace for Carruthers. You always count your lucky stars when that happens. Millikin takes the lead. Next serve from Carruthers. Another strong one. Back set, and a block for the Big Blue. Two players coming together to stop that attack. In part by Addison Oyer. player I'm trying to see the number of, but her hair is in the way of the number. But it was those two that came together to stop that attack. First block of the year for the Big Blue. Attack dug well, just pushed down. Easy enough for Ellie Richards, the junior out of Taylorville, Illinois. The other player coming to the block in that Big Blue play was Nicole Johnson, sophomore middle hitter. So Carruthers has enjoyed immense serving time so far. Attack much too tame. Next swing, a strong one, but dug out by Topchu. Carruthers with a nice dig in the back row. That's going to be another kill. Goes through the hands of number 13, Grace Nelson. And Millikin going on a run. It is 7-3. I'm aware that our stats are having a little bit of trouble right now, so I'll keep you updated on the score as often as I can. You can also see it on your screen near the top there on the physical scoreboard. Back set, soft approach, but it's picked up by the Big Blue. Cross-court attack, doesn't get down. Attack from the back row is strong. Grace Nelson makes up for her previous error. That sends back Jessica Spierenberg for the Violets, the senior out of Ramsey, New Jersey. And that is too far. Freebie for Millikin. They watch that one sail out. As the rotation keeps rotating. That sends back Alyssa Frederking, junior setter out of Belleville, Illinois. I almost said Bellevue. Belleville. Bump set for the attack. That gets down for number 11, Chloe Lemons. The 5-8 score. Millikin advantage in set one. It is Jessica Ding, freshman setter out of McLean, Virginia, to serve for NYU. The tough one, one-handed set. To put up the swing off the antenna, so a point for Millikin. And that's a tough moment there for NYU. Looked like it was going to be a nice attack, but stopped by that pesky antenna. Service picked up well. Back row attack, not the strongest, so Millikin gets the opportunity. Setter dump attempt, but maybe a little too egregious. Kill for Millikin as Johnson strikes again. She has a block, and now she has a kill. Timeout called by NYU. I think a good one because Millikin is up 10-5. Well, I'd say look at the stats, but we are still fixing that. Apologies for the slight technical difficulties, but obviously Millikin has found themselves in the driver's seat in this first set. It's kills for them, but it's also attacking errors from NYU that are giving them that advantage. Head coach for NYU, Andrew Brown. I think everybody has heard of NYU. Probably one of the most famous schools in Division III. I'm sure many people don't know they have athletics, because I think that's what a lot of people think when they hear MIT is also a Division III school is, oh, MIT has athletics? Well, they do, and they are very good at pretty much everything. Out of the University Athletic Association, a conference that spans pretty much the entire country. The only conference bigger than them is the Coast to Coast Conference, which if it weren't for UC Santa Cruz, they wouldn't even be called that. UAA has schools such as Emory, U Chicago, Wash U. Yeah, just schools across the nation. Some wild road trips for them. But now let's get back into it. Addison Oyer. Serve. Ooh, it's a tough receive. Just hit over. Back set, swing, it's sent back. Millikin will regroup and attack again. Can NYU recover? No, they can't. A good dodge from the up judge. So out of the timeout, Millikin, another point for them. And it is getting a bit tough for NYU now. They need to get something going. It's a good serve receive. Quick set to the middle, and that'll be a point for NYU. Ends their drought. That was in part thanks to a very nice receive from Dur Topchu. But she'll be traded out for Felicia Wu on the libero part. High bump set, a big slam from Gabriella Ritchie. And Millikin, another point for themselves off of an NYU attacking error. Can welcome back Topchu on the court. Kylie Ramirez serves for Millikin. Big back set, just pushed over, overhead receive. Tooled off the block for a kill. And man, Millikin is continuing their role. Gabriella Ritchie, junior from Overland Park, Kansas. Sets up the swing. And oh man, just barely missing. It was a good idea from Grace Nelson, just can't catch that back line. They've been aiming for it. The lead gets ever greater for the Big Blue. Kylie Lemons, Kylie Ramirez gets the okay to serve. Quick set the middle. Oh my goodness. That was about as... Oh, and they're gonna say there was a touch. Okay, so touch, kill for NYU. I thought for a moment they had missed the back line by that much again. But breath of relief for the Violets. They cut off another scoring drought. Good serve receive, bump set. Tooled off the block for the kill. Millikin just strikes right back. Delaney Higgins, the senior out of Milan, Michigan, keeps Millikin doubling up NYU. This is a top 25 matchup. Serve receive a little close to the net at the end of it. Makes for an awkward attack. Ritchie pushes over, much too tame. From the back row, and that's a kill. That one was not behind that back line. Mark down that kill for Chloe Lemons, I believe. It is 15-8. Millikin up. Ava Lonsbach, senior out of LA, California. First serve handled. First attack, dug out. Next swing off of the libero, a kill for NYU. Hoping that it's not too little too late for them. They still got some time to come back in this first set. But they are down quite a bit. They're gonna need quite a serving run from one of their players. Lonsbach serves it to the libero. Handles it with grace. Put up, back row attack, a kill for Chloe Lemons. So 10-15 as NYU hits double digits. NYU coming from New York, New York, New York. From the Big Apple to the Military City, quite the journey. Quick set to the middle, and that's a kill. That's a quick reaction time. 16-10, Millikin up. So now for Millikin, it's Charlie Condell with the serve. Tool off the block for a kill for number 13, Grace Nelson. Libero trade for NYU as Felicia Wu is welcomed back onto the court. Service error for number 13, Grace Nelson. Go back to Kyra Carruthers. She enjoyed a great bit of time at the service line. And part of what led to that lead Millikin has, it's 17-11, and that's going to be an ace. Too tricky for the NYU defense to handle. And Carruthers has been making her mark on this game. Timeout, NYU. So in the first set, it is Millikin 18, NYU 11. Millikin edging ever closer to that magic 25 number to win the first set. And at the rate this game is going, they're probably going to get it. NYU has to figure something out of this timeout. Otherwise, Millikin is just going to run away with this first set. Yeah, impact player for Millikin, at least behind the service line. Carruthers, the junior out of Quincy, Illinois. She is a large part of what's behind that lead Millikin has. Head coach for Millikin, Whitney Nichols. Relatively new head coach here in Division III. Millikin had a great season last year, 30-win season, always something to be happy about. They went to the NCAA tournament, made it to the Sweet 16. So a lot of good things happening in Decatur, Illinois, the town in Illinois that they're from. They kind of make a triangle with Bloomington and Springfield, Illinois. If you know Illinois geography, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know Illinois geography, then what I said makes no sense. They're in the middle of Illinois, if you don't know Illinois geography. But Millikin swept Cornell, swept Dubuque before getting swept by Hope in the Sweet 16. But a nice run for them last year. NYU will respond well out of the timeout. Chloe Hines, sophomore out of Manhattan Beach, California. 12-18 now. A little funny. Manhattan Beach, you'd think maybe that town would be in New York, but no, California. It's a tough serve to handle on the pass. Bump set. The attack, tool off the block for the kill. Chloe Hines again. Can NYU keep the run going? It is Jessica Spearenberg serving. Senior middle blocker out of Ramsey, New Jersey. Serve is handled much better. Attack from the middle. Great dig by Spearenberg. Next attack is much too tame. Tool off the block for the kill. Millikin stopping NYU's momentum in its tracks. As Addison Oyer says, you're not getting close to our lead. Millikin welcomes back Alyssa Frederking onto the court. She goes back to serve. It is 19-13. Millikin up. That serve receive was really close to the net, but the attack is excellent. Much too strong for Millikin to handle. This is more of what NYU wants, scoring points more consistently, but they need to go on a run. We'll see if Jessica Ding can help them out. Freshman setter. Her serve a bit tame. And the first block for NYU this season. We'll see how much momentum it gives them. That attack stopped dead in its tracks. As now it's just a 4-point gap between NYU and Millikin. 19-15. Let's serve from Ding. Ooh, almost an ace. Went off the hands weird. Ding, her set. Waterfall ball ends up as a point for NYU. Chloe Lemons. She's gotten several kills this match. That'll be another one to add to the list. Next serve from Ding. Overhead receive. Big swing. And it is point Millikin. Thought it went out, but they called it touch. Ding to Lemon. Softer approach. Point for Millikin, attacking error. NYU looked like they had something going for a moment, but it's starting to slip away again. Quick set to the middle. That's a little offline. Ooh, that was close. Attacking error gives NYU a point. It's always tough as a freshman setter. You have to have connections with all your hitters that you may not have if you were a senior setter. Usually have much better connections. Kind of an impromptu attack. Whistle was blown, so it's going to be point NYU. Call a double on Millikin. That's something that was also a recent rule change, is that doubles are a bit more lenient now. You'll still see them called, but not nearly as consistently as they were called a couple years ago. Oh, man. Tough break for NYU as another service error hits the board. 22-18, Millikin up. Just 3 away from clinching this first set. Well, NYU gets a return favor from Millikin. Another back-to-back service errors. NYU needs something big from Felicia Wu. Or serve handled. Man, basically a spike. The best spike you can get, really. I don't really know how you react to even dig that. Puts Millikin up 23-19. I believe that was Carruthers to thank for that one. Ding, quick set the middle. But two players come together, 3 and 13, Carruthers and Richards. Put Millikin at set point. And the serve, oh man, a little overpass. But NYU does get an attack off. Millikin attempts a down ball, gets it across. Ding, quick set the middle, tips it over. Man, that was a weird ending to that first set, but Millikin gets the point and the set. So we'll switch sides. That was an odd end. The ball just kind of stayed over the net for the most part. 25-19, your final score for set 1. Millikin. Millikin did look like the better team in that set. It's just a bunch of errors from NYU that kind of helped Millikin pad their lead for the most part. NYU needs to play a little cleaner in this second set. They definitely have the ability to do it. This is a perennial powerhouse Violet squad. Head coach Andrew Brown and the NYU Violets, they have seen nothing but success in recent history. They make the playoffs pretty consistently. Last year they made it. Didn't go quite as far as they wanted. They beat William Smith in 4 before falling to MIT in 4. Of course, it was hosted by MIT, so they lost to the host school. Looking to go a little deeper this year, they returned pretty much everybody, NYU. It's very much a very similar team from last year. I think they only graduated really a very, very good middle. But other than that, NYU is a squad looking to kind of load up for a deeper run. I mean, it's a school that has been to the final site in recent history. Everybody this year looking to finally take out Juniata, who has been our Division III champions for the past 3 years. 2 of them undefeated. They haven't lost a game, Juniata, since they lost here in CalGuard Gym a couple years back. And you have to imagine at some point they need to go out and lose at some point, right? You can't win forever. At least I don't think you can. Sir Juniata disagrees with that, but Millikin will certainly get their chance at some point because they do get to play Juniata. They'll play them in Bloomington. October 31st, Halloween. Halloween for a scary matchup against Juniata. Say that's pretty funny. And Millikin and NYU, I think their discussions being quite different. Millikin didn't really do anything that poorly. Maybe need to clean up some attacking errors. They were a little more errorful at the end. But NYU, that's a much bigger problem for them. Violets are back on the other side of the court. Millikin will make their way back as well. We'll see if the coaches' rousing speeches have done anything for morale for either side. So we take a second to get our liberos back on. Always have to wait. One of those things that I don't know if will ever go away in volleyball. Waiting for the liberos to get back on. And it looks like we're set for set 2. And it looks like stats have returned. Hopefully our scoreboard will get connected to them in just a jiffy. Meanwhile, attacking error from NYU gives Millikin a point. Not how you want it to start if you were NYU. 8 attacking errors for them in the match so far. Only 2 for Millikin. They're hitting .414 as a team, which is really dang good. But man, I'm not sure there is a player with a stronger swing than Chloe Hines. Man, that was pretty intense. Number 28. Next serve from Ace Nelson. Point for NYU. I looked down for a moment. I'm assuming it was an out of rotation call, because usually that's what it is when the play gets blown dead immediately. Not something you see too often. We'll actually play a little bit of volleyball this time. Attack from the middle is dug up. Lemon gets the kill. Careened it off of a diving Sam Breckenridge. Chloe Lemons hit the sour spot of Breckenridge's platform. Another strong serve. Ooh. Point for NYU. are going to call a double. But even if they didn't, that was a set that I'm sure the setter wants back, because went over the net. A set off the platform, nearly onto the second floor. Addison Oyer, the strong kill, thanks to the set from Breckenridge. And Sam Breckenridge, their freshman setter. So 2 of them have made appearances in this match. Ooh, through the hands. Free ball likely, and it is. Quick set. And whistle's blown. Point for Millikin. Call player in the net. NYU with the 1-point advantage right now. It's 4-3. Ooh, another tough serve. And a block. Millikin has tied things up in the second set. Number 13 and number 23 coming together. That is Ellie Richards and Nicole Johnson. Blocking that attack. Carruthers has really been swinging it so far from the service line. Oh man, that was such a good serve right in front of the player trying to receive it. And NYU kind of struggling to get things together. Bump set. Oyer's swing is dug up. It's put up. Attempted cross-court spike doesn't go so well. It was blocked by NYU, but stayed on their side. Tip over. Ooh, Millikin players nearly colliding with each other. That little bit of chaos gives NYU the point. Thankfully for NYU, they get Carruthers off the service line. Man, she has been super dangerous from there. Quick set to the middle. Ooh, just out. So no luck there from Nicole Johnson. Jessica Spierenberg to serve. The Violets have a lead. It's 6-4. Set is blocked. NYU on a roll. Breckenridge wanted to set close to her, but NYU was all over that attack. Sent it right back into Big Blue territory. And setter dump. Catches NYU a little off guard, but they handle it well. Big swing is dug by the libero, Ramirez. Hey, quick ran the middle, but nothing going. Millikin runs their middle. But man, it's been a bit tough for Nicole Johnson. It's another attacking error. 8-4, NYU doubling up the Big Blue. Overhead receive on the serve. First attack, much too tame, sent back. NYU will get an opportunity. Quick down the middle. And that connection between Eva Landsbach and number 15, Coco Barton. It is strong. Coco Barton gets the kill. The junior out of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Tool off the block, but NYU able to keep it alive. Off the hands high. Will be a free ball for NYU. Will they take advantage of it? Landsbach sits behind her. A little tipper, but picked up by the blockers of the Big Blue. Bump set. Huge swing, but a nice dig. Another dump attempt. That got sent back over in one. Another cross-court attempt by the Big Blue, and now it's pretty much the reverse of set one. NYU has taken a mighty lead. It is 10-4. Timeout called by the Big Blue, as their hitting percentage has dropped quite a bit. They started out this set hitting nearly 400 Millikin, and now they're hitting 217. It's something that needs to be cleaned up a little bit, or else we're going to see basically just the opposite of set one, where NYU will run away with this one, and then we'll see what happens in set three. That'll become the most important set of the match, it seems. Yeah, it's very strange. Good job on NYU, though, for really coming back and bringing it to the Big Blue. Because after that first set, it was looking a little tough. They had gained some momentum near the end, but it still was kind of a little filled with errors. But now they're in the driver's seat. That much is obvious. Both sides back on the court. And we will see some nonstop volleyball action here from Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas. The Trinity Fall Classic is always a good one. Good serve, receive, attack. Tool off the block. That'll be point Millikin as it goes out. So Addison Oyer, who has been one of the biggest contributors to Millikin's success. Leads to another point for the Big Blue. Back set, oh my goodness. Wow. Chloe Hines. I mean, I don't know if we charge her for any of the volleyballs that she breaks, but man, she has had the strongest swings out of anybody in this match. It sends back the young freshman setter, Jessica Ding. Big looping serve. Attack from Oyer, gets sent back. And the big team from the Big Apple taking it to the Big Blue. Ding serve taken by the libero Ramirez. Man, that's a big spike, overpass, sent back. Some smart plays from NYU, looking on their toes. Ooh, that connection between Ding and Coco Barton, not quite there. Millikin will attempt to stop the bleeding a little bit. As NYU says, CCIW. They go up 12-6. Ding, back row attack is what she chooses, but attacking error from NYU. Millikin needs a couple of those. Down by 5. Oyer serve. Ding, running lemons, and a block for Millikin, as the blocks have just come out to play here in the second set. Ding, quick run, a quick attack, effective, but Millikin saves it. But it doesn't last for long, as Coco Barton just puts it where nobody is. I mean, that's how you score usually. That'll bring back Chloe Lemons. Long serve, oh man. Wow, that was close. That was really, really close. Barely didn't catch the back line. For a moment, I thought it did, but line judge says no. 13-9. Serve from Ramirez is an ace. Just what the doctor ordered. 2-point swing in favor of Millikin. Service error, service ace. See if Ramirez serves another one. The junior from Glen Heights, Texas. Ding, back set. Again, that connection wasn't the greatest. Kind of has to be a little impromptu attack. Things next set better, but the attack is too tame. Good dig by Lemons. Ding will set Lemons from the back row. Some good volleyball being played right now. Push over. Oh man, tool off the block. Kill for Grace Nelson. A junior from Pasadena, California. One of the interesting things about this NYU team, nobody from New York. They're from all over the country instead, including a player from Istanbul, Turkey. Quite interesting. My friend NYU, they went to Carruthers, Millikin. But Carruthers' attack was just a little too inaccurate. So NYU still holding a fairly comfortable lead, 15-10. Millikin strikes back quickly. Make it a 4-point lead. It is tough to come back in volleyball. It's not really a sport designed to allow for a team to go on long scoring runs. Both teams are evenly matched. Ooh, but there, Millikin, that was a nice split between the defense. That kind of left Grace Nelson and Chloe Lemons wondering who was supposed to get it. Serve from Delaney Higgins. Another tough one. Out of system attack is too long. Point for Millikin. Millikin ranked highly. 12th in the nation. NYU ranked 23rd. Higgins next serve. Good dig. It's a quick attack, but Ramirez with the dig. Bump set. Into the net. That's the thing with top 25 teams. No matter how far they're down, they can just come back randomly. And right now, Millikin is definitely in the driver's seat. In terms of momentum, at least. They haven't got the lead yet, but right now it's hard not to see them getting it at some point in the future. Hitting percentages, you know, something to be desired, but Millikin is doing enough right now to get themselves back into this match. Some good serving from both sides. 3 aces NYU, 4 for Millikin. It's Millikin-NYU matchup. It's certainly a curious one, I would say. It's the best way to put it. Last time that they played was 2023. NYU swept Millikin at home in New York, New York. They played 3 times that I could find, thanks to the NYU Athletics website, so shout outs to them. Played in 2006 and 2007, and NYU lost in New York in 2006, and lost at Decatur, where Millikin is from. So NYU actually has a losing record in this series, which is something they're hoping to rectify a little bit. Last time Millikin played them, head coach Whitney Nichols was just an assistant coach at the time. And she said that NYU took advantage of a much younger Millikin team, but they learned a lot. They learned that they can compete with that pedigree of program, and that gave them a lot of confidence. And I think they have nothing but confidence right now because this match is tied. Not even necessarily thanks to Millikin's doing, but NYU, the wheels are coming off a little bit. Tough serve. Ding sets. Tip over the net. The soft approach works. NYU has the lead again. Number 28, number 27 for NYU back on the court. Ava Lansbach and Chloe Hines. Watch out for Chloe Hines. She has a strong arm. Lansbach, the senior setter, out of the 6-2 rotation that NYU runs. Back row attack. Oh, man. Yeah, there was no stopping that one. Delaney Higgins just put a crater in the court. 16-16. Now this is how a good volleyball match usually goes, this back and forth. Serve from Condell in the net, service error. So Grace Nelson, the junior, trying to give her team an extra little bit of lead. The high bump set. Oyer gets blocked. But Millikin picks it up. It's a free ball for NYU. Lansbach back set. It's tipped over. Great pickup by Ramirez. Oyer, bigger swing over pass. Put down by Carruthers. 17-17. Call this one the rainbow matchup, since blue and violet. Pretty much neighbors on the rainbow if it weren't for indigo, but indigo is also important. Lansbach, quick set, picked up by Millikin. Lansbach will get another opportunity. Lemon's attack gets dug out. Oyer! Oh man, that went by in a flash. It was a good setup block for NYU, but they weren't close enough to the net. Went just straight down onto their side of the court. So Millikin has taken the lead in the second set. And Carruthers back to serve. They want to get her off the line ASAP. Swing from the 3-meter line is handled well. Oh, man, that was home run ball. Millikin up 19-17. Carruthers has done the most damage from the service line. 2 service aces so far for her. And just has generally put the Violets in a bit of chaos whenever she's back there. Like you can see there. Carruthers has just been on point. And timeout NYU. Not only have they lost the lead, but they are down. That hitting percentage has dropped below 100 for NYU. So head coach Andrew Brown will talk to his players, just try to figure out something. Because right now it is looking tough for the Violets. For the Big Blue, on the other hand, can't ask for a better turn of events. Now you think that, man, we're down by a lot, it's going to be tough to come back. You do come back, and now you have this lead that's pretty nice at this point. All you got to do is close it out, and then you're up 2-0 in the match. NYU will have a much more difficult time winning. That's what you want to do in the second set. You always want to win it if you're already up 1-0 because it's so hard to come back down 2-0 in a set. In sets, it really is. It rarely happens. But you know, top 25 matchup, either team can just make a random comeback. NYU is hoping that that comeback is happening to them. Millikin, they came back, ball's in their court. Carruthers serves. Ooh, it was close, but good eyes for NYU. Service error. That was really close. So 18-20. to get Carruthers off that service line. Man, that was a long serve. Attack from the back row is dug up. Lemon's attack is tooled off the block. Oh, setter dump! Oh, I thought the pancake dig happened, but man, that got me off guard. That was crazy. Saw the opening and took it. That was certainly the right decision, I would say. Back set, the swing, two off the block. Chloe Hines continues to show off her muscle. As we'll have a change in setters. Jessica Ding back on the court. The freshman. Looping serve. It's handled easily. Boyer tips it, picked up. Ooh, and NYU in a bit of chaos. Free ball for Millikin. Overhead receive. Ding tries the dump too, but not as effective. Bump set for Lemons. It's an overpass. Ooh, close to the net. Ding stays out of it. Another overpass by Millikin. Just trying to get the ball down, and that one is shot back to Ding under the net. So 20-21. NYU is 1 point behind. Next serve from Ding. And it is tied up. Bad attack from Delaney Higgins. Misses the line. Tried to hit that seam, but just couldn't. 21-21. Quick set, it's put back to the big blue side by the Violets. Ding wanting to do a back row attack. Didn't have the strength on it though. Two off the block for the big blue. It goes out of bounds, so it is Millikin point. Millikin advantage in this match. Gabriella Ritchie, junior from Overland Park, Kansas. Almost said Texas. Not Texas, Kansas. Well, your serve handled well. It's tipped, and that gets down. The defense was just too far back. 22-22. In set two. Who will find the advantage? Swing for Higgins, dug up. Man, kind of an awkward cross-court shot. And Millikin will get the kill. 23-22. Maybe not the cleanest volleyball played that last rally, but when you get the kill, that's the job you want to get done. Ramirez serves. And Millikin is at set point once again as they block that NYU attack. We'll see if Ramirez can close it out. Ooh, can't quite just yet. NYU has to score here. If they don't, set two will go to the big blue. And they are trusting Felicia Wu to give them a good serve. Serve is handled. Set back end, the block. We're gonna need a little extra time in this second set, folks. As Grace Nelson and Jessica Spierenberg came together to send that one back to the big blue side. Quick save in the middle. Carruthers pushes it over. Oh man, NYU somehow kept that alive. The free ball for Millikin. Carruthers gets the kill. So once again, it is set point Millikin. Delaney Higgins back to serve. Strong serve. Ding, back set. Tip over. Ooh, it's a little difficult. Man, Millikin just not being placed that well defensively. Ball went in weird places, and everything was chaos. So we are back in needing some extra time here. 25-25. Ava Lansbach, senior setter from Los Angeles, California. Serve receive, goes a little awkwardly, down ball sent over. Strong attack, high bump set, just gonna be pushed over by Millikin. Huge swing, and that's definitely a kill for Grace Nelson. So now a set point for NYU. And timeout called by Millikin. You have a timeout left, you might as well use it here. When the next point NYU scores, it means that they'll win the set. Man, this has been a roller coaster of a set too. At first, NYU was running away with it, then it looked like Millikin might run away with it, and now we are in the point that we're needing some extra time to decide the second set. NYU desperately needs to win this one because you would much rather be in a 1-1 situation than a 2-0 situation. Millikin hitting 205, NYU hitting 132. But really, those 16 errors for NYU. That's what's kept Millikin so far ahead of them in that first set and tied with them in the second one. They have the same amount of kills. It's just NYU has been a little more sloppy. But right now they have an opportunity to take that second set and say, hitting percentage, who needs that? And the senior setter, once again, Ava Lansbach. She is trying to get the second set for her team. The swing is dug up by Wu. And NYU will take set two. 27-25. Your final score in set two. Millikin had a chance several times to put this one away, but NYU, who had the lead originally in this second set, will take it for themselves. So we switch sides yet again. So Chloe Hines, once again, gets the kill to clinch the set. NYU ends on a 3-0 scoring run. Chloe Hines leads NYU with 8 kills. Chloe Lemons has 7. For Millikin, it's Addison Oyer leading the team with 7 kills. It's been an interesting match so far. We're at least going 4, since it is 1-1 in sets. I'm always interested because, to me, the most interesting position in this tournament is the setter position, because we have a lot of really great returning setters from every side. Ava Lansbach for NYU. Oh man, she was pretty strong last year, to say the least. I mean, for Lansbach last year, 696 assists. The 6-2 rotation for NYU, getting to work with a much younger setter than Jessica Ding. Senior setter, freshman setter. Of course, always tough in the world to be a freshman setter because setter's kind of the quarterback for volleyball. you decide where everything goes, pretty much. Meanwhile, on the other side of the setting conversation, Alyssa Frederking for Millikin and Sam Breckenridge. Pretty similar. Frederking, a junior setter. Breckenridge, a freshman setter. And yeah, it's that kind of mind games you play, setter versus setter, to try and get a one-up on for your team. Now, for both sides, 6 blocks for Millikin, 3 blocks for NYU. But NYU had, I think, some more impactful blocks in that second set. Really needing to just play cleaner for NYU. They won that second set, but still committed quite a few errors. Should have been a set that they ran away with, really. But no, just happens sometimes in volleyball. Sometimes you just can't get the ball down for a kill, or when you serve, you just can't find that back line that you're aiming for. It's a tough game. It's a tough game. Got a decent attendance here in CalGuard Gym. Plenty of Millikin fans. It's a much closer trip for them. A couple of NYU fans scattered around here. UW Platteville, I'm not sure if they're fans. I don't know. Are you fans of teams that you're scouting? I would guess not. Or watching this one, because of course everyone is playing everybody. In years past, we had 5 or 6 teams, and you wouldn't play everybody. But here in the Trinity Fall Classic this year, everybody will be playing everybody. And of course, to my right, you can't see them on your screen, but Coach Julie Jenkins and the coaching crew for Trinity University watching with great interest. UW Platteville will be playing in the next match against NYU. That will be their season opener. Be another excellent starting matchup. We're underway in set 3. Sent back. Can they recover? No, they can't. So NYU just stops an attack dead in its tracks. Lonsbach will serve again. Trinity, meanwhile, makes their opener tonight against Millikin. Set, sent back. A little confusion on where the ball exactly was for Oyer. NYU off to a great start. They're up 2-0. And that serve is an overpass. You have to collect it because it was going to stay in bounds. Set, back row attack. Overhead receive. The tipper doesn't work. Actually reverses it into a Millikin point. You really want a bit of a higher arc when you're trying to tip it over the blocker. That was a high jump. Quick attack. Point for NYU. They get a touch off a blocker. As they still find themselves up by 2. And man, another out of rotation call. Never mind, I think they are going to redo that. So we'll redo that one. Ends up Millikin point. The service error. They originally called it out of rotation, I think, but then they took it back. Down judge did. Tool off the block for the kill, off the high hands. Makes it 4-2, NYU. That sends back number 14, Jessica Spierenberg, senior out of Ramsey, New Jersey. It's a strong serve, but attack will go off for Millikin. Richie's attack is dug. High set. Attack from near the 3-meter line. Not getting down. But number 28 for NYU. Oh, man. Chloe Hines gets another kill. That'll be kill number 9 for Hines. Very likely to be the first player to hit double-digit kills in this match. The way that she's been playing. But you'll have to wait a little while longer as a service error hits the board. Due to Topchu on the court for NYU. That's number 4 in the libero jersey. Hansbach back set. Swing from Hines. Goes over the bench. So Hines will reach double-digit kills as she heads back to the bench for a brief rest. Jessica Ding on the court. So we have a little setter switch. And Sarah Lawton on the court for NYU for the first time, the senior out of Kansas City, Missouri. And Richie gets the kill that time. That was way too strong for NYU to handle, especially when it's a tool off the block. My apologies, that's Sarah Latan, not Lawton. Apologies there. Serve from Riley Holiday. Oh. A little hard to see from my angle. I think it was just not the greatest set from Ding. Because she set and then attacker just completely whiffed. And Millikin is getting back into it. It's those killer threes back at it again, number 3 and number 13. Kyra Carruthers and Ellie Richards. Swing into the net, sent back to NYU's side. Oyer has to put up a set. Another opportunity for NYU to attack. It's an overpass. Lemons just tries to put it down, ends up off the hands of a Millikin blocker out of bounds. So NYU up 7-6. Chloe Lemons. Overhead receive on the serve, it's an ace. It's always a little difficult to try and do the overhead receive on a serve. Try to get a little more control of the ball that way, but it's riskier because things like that can happen. But it'll all just kind of even out though as we go service ace into service error. Charlie Condell. Serving for Millikin. Topchu has to get to her knees to get the serve receive. A kill for NYU. They waste no time taking a 2-0 lead again, 2-point lead. Serve from Wu. Overpass, just put down for the kill. Easy as that for NYU. Perfectly set it up for Sarah Latan. Back serve from Wu, that was strong. Ramirez with a good serve receive though. The attack, dug out by Lemons. It's a long run up And a kill for NYU. And Grace Nelson ran quite a ways on that startup. This is a key set to win, set 3. You would much rather be, oh man, wow, change up serve. Oyer could not react. Service ace for Felicia Wu. Yeah, that serve was nasty. That serve much more regular. A touch off the block by NYU. Yeah, a little bit of chaos on the Millikin side. It leads to a free ball for the Violets. Tipped over. High tip, easy enough to pick up. Millikin gets back on the board. Oyer almost fell into the net. Would have been a bit tragic. Have that point taken away just because you ran into the net after the run-up. It's 12-8, cuts off that 4-0 scoring run for NYU. And Kira Carruthers, she's been dangerous behind the service line. You see why. That serve received was ended up way too close to the net. Just an easy enough put down. She's caused the most damage from the service line out of any player in this match. Next serve from her. Again, oh my goodness. And that is point Millikin. I believe they call a double on NYU, trying to get that one over. I couldn't believe they actually got it over in the first place. Makes much more sense now that you find out that it's a double. Serve for Carruthers. That one handled much better. But Millikin will continue their run as an attacking error inches them ever closer to tying up this match. Big swing, and that gets down for a kill. Close to that back line, but still lands true for Grace Nelson. Eva Lansbach back on the court, so we have a little setter switch. And Chloe Hines, definitely a player that Millikin is keeping an eye on. Hines is hitting 400 in this match. Ooh, tough serve receive. Quick set to the middle. Down ball sent over by Ramirez. Hines, oh my goodness. Ramirez digs it. That was a tough one to dig. Yep, it was gonna be too many touches no matter what. Millikin just got the ball. NYU up 14-11. And another good serve for Lansbach. And that one does stay in. I think the NYU players were either they both tripped at the same time or they were convinced it was going out. Either way, Millikin point. So Alyssa Frederking, junior setter out of Bellevue, Illinois. It's her serve. Hines, softer approach. It's pretty effective. Attacking error from Millikin gives NYU the 3-point lead. 15-12, up by 3. The Violets looking at Grace Nelson to give them an even greater lead from the service line. We'll see if her time lasts that long. You know, good defensive plays from NYU to even get it back over. And will they get that one over? No, they will not. It's too many touches. 15-13. NYU up. I will say, I think, yeah, they're kind of laughing about it now, but I think Nelson robbed their libero of, of digging it, which might not have been the wisest decision. Super strong spike. Yeah, that was disastrous. That spike put everything into chaos. That is the power of a great player like Chloe Lemons, junior out of Tracy, California. Practically giving NYU a free ball there. Lemon strikes true, but gets dug back. And they're going to say it touched the antenna. 17-13. That ball was just played too close to the net. NYU really asserting dominance right now. Well, you know, I would say something about like the commentator's curse, but it's just been said to death, really. 17-14. Libero for Millikin. Serving it up, Kelly Ramirez. Punched over by NYU's middle. Oh, Richie gives it a strong swing. They try to put it down. Whistle's blown, NYU point. Now they're saying Carruthers was in the net. Like immediately after Carruthers tried to put it down, Coach Brown of NYU just got him and said, she's in the net. And yeah, she was. 18-14. Jessica Ding to serve. Another setter change. Flew off the block for a kill. Millikin, they've kind of consistently been down by 3. Needing to string together a couple points. Delaney Higgins. Michigander gives a good serve. Man, just right off the platform of Higgins. 19-15, NYU up. Credit Chloe Lemons for that kill. Serve goes a little off the net, but not enough to really affect anything. It's a nice short serve, though. Lemons gives a strong swing, but Higgins digs it. Kill for Millikin via Gabriella Ritchie. Millikin will send back Charlie Condell. Ding. It's a good set, but it's a Millikin point. Maybe not where exactly she wanted it. I like the idea of going to Nelson, but needed to set it a little further away from the antenna. That's a free ball for Millikin. Ding was rushing to even get over there. Blocked by NYU. What looked like was going to be something that Millikin could take to their advantage. NYU just comes together. That strong gamesmanship. Serve from Felicia Wu. Carruthers attacks, but it's out. (21-17). Like serve from Wu. Their first attack is sent back. Oyer pushes it over. That was a strong push. 21-18. Millikin gets the kill thanks to Oyer. Alyssa Frederking back on the court for the Big Blue. Junior setter needs to captain her team to a victory in this set. Carruthers. Serve receive a little close to the net. Millikin point. NYU hoping they got a piece of a Millikin blocker. They did not. Timeout NYU. Want to talk things over. Not too common you see a coach with a lead call a timeout. But when you're near the end of a match like this, I don't believe we've had any timeouts in this set. The set's kind of been flowing very nicely. When you have the timeout, you might as well use it. I want to discuss things, maybe cut off the momentum that Millikin is kind of garnering for themselves. As the players talk in their own huddle, coaches at NYU talking with themselves. The assistant coaches for NYU are Rachel Bello and Uni Park. And for Millikin, the assistant coaches are Hannah Dick and Emmy Nyquist. NYU head coach Nichols is giving a rousing speech to her players on the floor. Millikin wants this set. NYU wants this set. Go up 2-1. Oh boy, folks, this is where the fun begins. Kira Carruthers. Serve. It's greatly handled. Carruthers with the dig on NYU's first attack. Oyer sends over a down ball. Ding! That set just ends up being a free ball. And Oyer gets it down before the back line. Millikin only down by 1. I'm trying to see what Ding was trying to go for there. But sometimes you set it to a place you're expecting someone to be, and it turns out there isn't anybody there. Ding, cross-court set, gets down. Going to all reliable, Grace Nelson. Carruthers heads off the court. Ava Lonsbach to serve for NYU as their senior setter comes on. Their most dangerous offensive rotation, I think, with Chloe Hines back up front on the court. Back set. Oh, they tried to slide, but nothing happening there. 23-20. It's a good slide attempt, but NYU has been a bit brutal with their blocks. Bump set. That's another block. Man, everything's just coming together for NYU. It is set point here in set 3. With Hines and Spierenberg coming together to stop that attack. High bump set, Oyer, strong push, can't get it down. A push from NYU. It's bumped up high. Free ball for NYU. Lonsbach, back set, goes to Hines. I mean, who else are you going to go to win a set other than Chloe Hines? 25-20 victory in set 3 for NYU. That puts Millikin on the back foot. The Violets will go up 2-1. And yeah, I think really all you need to look at on that stats thing, that stats graphic, is the errors. NYU started out that third set with, I think, 6 more errors, and now Millikin is leading them in that category. Not a category you want to be leading in. Oh, man, what a set. What a match so far. Great way to start off the Trinity Fall Classic. 4 top 25 teams in the house in San Antonio. Great place to have a volleyball tournament. San Antonio's a great city. It's nice and warm. I think every team, when they come down here, enjoys their time in San Antonio. I've never heard of a team not enjoying their time in San Antonio, at least. And, you know, with Millikin and NYU being highly ranked, Trinity usually brings in a strong starting tournament. Yeah, I mean, Coach Jenkins never pulls punches when it comes to when it comes to scheduling tough opponents. I saw the schedule, I was like, man, this is intense. And we're gonna get some intense matches because of it. And you know, with the new kind of way that the NCAA does things for the playoffs, you don't know, a year ago we got NPI, which is essentially a computer algorithm to determine who's the best team. When you pretty much know all 4 of these teams, Trinity, NYU, Millikin, and Platteville, are going to be really good. I mean, I'd be shocked if any of these teams finish their season like, oh man, this was a disappointment. That means winning here is going to be so big later down the line. Because you're going to be counting your best wins and dropping losses that don't help your average NPI score, which is, if you watch college football, it's basically RPI. Or college baseball, they also use RPI. Division I college baseball might use something different. I can't quite remember now, but for all D3 athletics, it is NPI. So these wins here will be very big, because they are certainly going to be giving what is called a quality win bonus. Essentially, if your NPI is high enough, then beating you actually awards your opponent some bonus points. Both these teams are going to be very good, so it'd be hard to imagine that they wouldn't give some quality win bonus points. Well, both sides are back on the court. We'll see what this 4th set has in store. Of course, Millikin has to win it, or else match is over. They're on the back foot. Gotta wait to let our liberos back on. Looking at everybody on the court. No changes, at least no discernible changes. Alyssa Frederking will start things off serving. That might be a little bit of a change. I'm trying to remember if she started off serving this match. I don't think she did. Fredericking's serve is a good one. Nearly an ace. Man, NYU will take what they can get. Went off the net and fell. Took a weird bounce off the net on the attack. You take those. Grace Nelson, player that Coach Brown called an unbelievable player, serving for the Violets. High bump set. NYU up 2-0 as Millikin is still struggling to really find their footing right now. Grace Nelson, quite a big award. Freshman of the year in all of Division III, her freshman year. So yeah, she's pretty good, I would say. Service error gives Millikin a point. Also one of the captains for NYU. Also praised the work that she's done with NYU's underclassmen. Lawyer's serve, man, off the platform, a little weird on the serve receive. Free ball for Millikin. Big swing, oh man. That's 2 times now NYU looked like they were in an absolute state of chaos, but then the blockers came together to stop a Millikin attack. It's a sign of a very good volleyball team. Coco Barton enters the match for NYU. Serve was from Jessica Spierenberg. Another block for NYU, 15 and 11. Chloe Lemons and Coco Barton. It is making things a little difficult for Millikin right now, as NYU goes up 4-1. Ramirez with the serve receive. Oh, off of the platform, a little high. Off of Nelson. And Millikin will take advantage. 4-2 Millikin using some strong attacks. Will send back Ramirez. Libero position was kind of a question mark for Millikin. They had graduated a very good libero. Kind of a competition of who will go where. Ramirez wins the spot. Overpass on the attack. Back set. Softer approach doesn't get down. Lemons. They got by Oyer. Point for NYU. Another attacking error for Millikin. Yeah, new player on the court for NYU. Number 5, Stella Dillon. Freshman out of San Diego, California. Man, that was nasty. Man, sometimes you look at a serve like that and you're just wondering, man, that's tough if you're on the serve receive side. Next serve from Ding, a little touch off the tape. Millikin will not let Ding have any sort of serving run. 6-3. Delaney Higgins back to serve for Millikin. It's a strong serve, but Ding will get it over to Lemons. Dug up. Put over on one hand. And it touches the antenna, so point for Millikin. Delaney Higgins. Coach Nichols telling me that she's a kid that they want to get the ball to at all times. Captain for Millikin on the court, one of them at least. She's all-conference CCIW last year. That is put up for Higgins, gets sent back, but picked up. Another attack on the way. High bump set. Swing from the new player from San Diego. Doesn't get down. Setter dump. Ooh, one arm dig from Higgins. Crazy good defense. But a back row attack from Grace Nelson ends that rally. It was a fun rally though. Chloe Lemons to serve for NYU. Chloe Lemons, I think, while she gets the ace, that is, she kind of had a false start, but it wasn't actually a false start. Like she went and then she stopped because she was like, oh, the whistle didn't blow. But then the up judge was like, no, I did blow the whistle. So then she served. So service ace for Lemons. Ellie Richards was trying that sharp cross-court spike. It ends up in the net. NYU up by 5. Millikin has come back from deficits like this in this match. Set by the libero, ends up as a kill. Grace Nelson once again. Timeout called by Millikin. Very understandable why. They are down by 6. And NYU is getting better and better, and Millikin has been kind of slowly losing handle on this match. I mean, if they're not careful, they are going to get run out of the gym in this fourth set. And this is an important moment for, a team early on is trying to recover against a nationally ranked team like NYU. You're down in sets, you're down big in points. I mean, in the national tournament, there are no second chances. It's not double elimination. You lose, you're out. And you're going to be facing opponents of the quality like NYU. So if you can come back against them, they did in that second set. They were down by quite a bit. They came back to tie it at the 15-15 mark. Yeah, it's tough though. Millikin is just kind of been on the struggle bus for this entire fourth set and for honestly most of that third set as well. They need to try to find that performance they had in that first set where they looked like by far and away the better team. Well, we'll see what that timeout can do for them. And Carruthers just barely tipped it over. And it was just kind of thrown back by one of the NYU blockers. It was like, I kind of have to touch this or else it's going to hit the ground. Hope someone's back there. And nobody was back there, as it turns out. Ding, back set. Ooh, a little offline, but the strong attack. Holy moly. Stella Dillon. That set was, I think, a little offline for her, but she made it work. So the San Diego native will keep NYU on top and still denying any momentum for Millikin. Man, NYU, they've just awoken, really. 8 blocks for them. You can make that 9 blocks now. Mirez with the diving serve receive. How did NYU keep that alive? Oh my goodness. NYU just got a huge momentum boost off of that. I couldn't believe they got it back over in the first place. But then they get that huge break and that Millikin scoring attempt just went out. It'll be a return favor, 13-6. So Kira Carruthers back to serve. She was super dangerous in the first set, had a great service run that gave Millikin a 7-point lead. Really need another performance like that out of her right now. Big swing off the hands. Just pushed over. Ding, running the middle. Oh, man. Jessica Spearenberg with the kill. And welcome back, Chloe Hines and Eva Lansbach. Oof, it doesn't get easier for Millikin. This is a very dangerous rotation for NYU. Setting Nicole Johnson. You point for NYU. Just putting it where they ain't. (15-6). NYU has almost gone 10 points ahead of Millikin. And that serve receive way too close to the net. Somehow, some way, that's a Millikin point, though. That's another thing that Millikin's been struggling with is the serve receive. I mean, it just so happened to work out for them there, but there's been a lot of serve receives that have ended up way too close to the net. It's back set. Mark another kill down for Grace Nelson as she hits double-digit kills. And Grace Nelson back to serve. Back set. Good swing from Moyer. Diving attempt from Felicia Wu to get the dig. Can't get it. And we'll trade liberos on the NYU side, as do Tapchu. She's back on the court. (17-8), service error. Now, folks, I'm not quite saying that NYU is very likely to end up victors in this one, but barring some sort of miracle run, it's kind of hard not to see them winning as an ace just splits the seams of the serve-receive defense of Millikin. Jessica Spierenberg will have an ace for herself. Man, that was a tough serve to judge. 19-8, NYU up by a whopping 11 points. Yeah, NYU, they dropped that first set, but man, they have really awakened. Down ball sent over. Once ball back set. Hines has to take a softer approach. It's picked up. Sharp put down by Johnson. Point NYU. The attack goes over the net and out of bounds. 20-8. Oh, good eyes from Millikin. They pretty much immediately said that one was going out, like right off the hand of Spierenberg. But, you know, Spierenberg did more than a good enough job behind the service line. Isabel Martinelli on the court for Millikin now in the libero jersey. 21-9. NYU just keeps it rolling on. Ding and Dillon back on the court. With Ding going back to serve. Oh, nearly lost the ball during her serve routine. Serves handled well. Carruthers puts it down. It's 21-10. Delaney Higgins to serve for the Big Blue. Ding, setting the middle. Dillon's attack is good, but can't get the kill. Ding, a back row attack is the decision, but spiked into the net by Delaney Higgins. Or by Grace Nelson, apologies. Make it 21-11. Wow, quick attack. Yeah, that one got down, that's for sure. Coco Barton says, make no mistake, you're not coming back. Chloe Lemons to serve it for NYU, and it's an ace. Warrior tried that overhead receive, but instead that went like straight down. 23-11. High bump set into the net. Ellie Richards' attack makes it match point NYU. So Millikin has to play perfect for such a long time. Carruthers tips it over. Wow, great diving save. Big swing, and that will be point Millikin. They get a touch off a blocker. So it'll be Charlie Condell to try and serve Millikin to victory. They are down 24-12. Ding, back set. The swing from Dylan. That's it. NYU wins the set and the match. Final score in set 4, 25-12. Now that's a pretty cool moment for the freshman, Stella Dillon. You get a kill and it ends up beating a nationally ranked opponent. The good games ring out across the court. Run over some stats with you. Man, NYU, even though they dropped that first set, I think really winning that second set gave them so much momentum because there's extra points. Millikin was at set point several times there. Millikin wins that one. I'm not sure NYU pulls this off, but man, they really crushed it. For NYU, Chloe Hines had 13 kills. She hit 423. That's crazy. Crazy match for her. The team, they hit 213. Sure, they'll look to improve on that one. Really, it was just kind of that first set that was so filled with errors. You take that away, they're going to have a very good team hitting percentage. Chloe Lemons had 10 kills. Grace Nelson had 10 kills. 19 digs for Lemons. Great. 4 blocks for both Chloe Lemons, Coco Barton, and Jessica Spierenberg. As a team, NYU had 9 blocks. As a category, they basically didn't lead in for the entire match until the end there. For Millikin, Addison Oyer had 13 kills. She hit 132. Kira Carruthers had 7 kills, 4 service aces. She was the star behind the service line. But Chloe Lemons for NYU also had 3 service aces. So some good serving from both sides. 8 aces for NYU, 7 for Millikin. Pretty darn good. The double-double for Oyer as she had 11 digs as well. It's a double-double for Chloe Lemons, 10 kills and 19 digs. Yeah, good matches for both sides. Millikin will try and lick their wounds and get things together for their date against Trinity tonight. Millikin fans, if you want to catch that matchup, quickly grab the time for you. Millikin will play Trinity at 6 p.m. Central Time. That'll be a great match against the hosts. Violets fans, you can stay tuned because in just an hour, a little over an hour, at 3:30 Central Time, NYU will be taking on the University of Wisconsin-Platteville, another top 25 matchup. NYU might be the lowest ranked team here, but they just beat a team that was ranked 10 spots ahead of them. There's no reason they can't do it again, right? Well, for everybody in the control room helping make this game possible, for all you viewers at home, thank you for tuning in and listening to this coverage. NYU beats Millikin at 3-1. I've been Reed Rosales for the Tiger Network, and hopefully I will see you in the near future.